Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to our Relax and Release Yoga event today. My name is Aisha Farr, and I'm a counselor with the college. And today we have for you a yoga event to help you with relaxation, to help you with reducing stress. Another reason that we're having this event today is to help promote our smoke-free, tobacco-free um, campaign with HCC. So all of our campuses are looking to be tobacco and smoke-free. And so yoga can be used as a stress reliever. So today we have for you our yoga instructor, Miss Johanna, and she's going to give us some techniques on intermediate and introduction to yoga. So I will pass it on to Miss Johanna.
Great. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it. Um, I've been teaching yoga just for a few years. What I'm teaching tonight is, yes, it is beginning and a little bit intermediate. So at any time, if you feel like you can't do something, don't do it or do something else. If you know child pose, just fall into child pose. Rest and relax. That's what it's all about, is de-stressing, coming down off of our day. Before we begin, though, I just wanted to go over, make sure you have a safe area that you're working in. If you have any health conditions that you think you won't be able to do something, please, again, refrain. If you're under some sort of physician's care, again, please refrain. Maybe you just want to observe this time and maybe participate at another time. Again, you know your body, and if it's painful, stop doing it. If it's uncomfortable, I like to say yoga, we want to be comfortably uncomfortable, okay? Because we do want to learn and grow and become more flexible. If you need to ask for I do try to offer modifications. So while I'm in a pose, I might say, if you can't do this, then I suggest this. So again, make sure your area is free of any hazards, maybe no pets running around, children running around, that kind of thing. Don't have to have a mat even. Blanket, carpet, a towel is just fine. So we'll go ahead and get started. So we're going to come to a seated position on your mat. Okay, so when we're in our seated position, we have one foot on our thigh, on the inner thigh, and the other foot is just simply out front. Okay, so we're practicing our good posture. Okay, taking our navel into our spine. And let's go ahead and take a nice inhale, taking our arms up towards the ceiling and bringing our hands down to our heart. You will hear me breathe, and it just, when you hear it, it even helps remind you to breathe. So inhaling and exhaling. Coming into our space, feeling the mat beneath our body, and possibly noticing some sensations going on with our body. Maybe we're tense in our shoulders. Maybe we're holding tension in our face right now. Maybe our teeth are clenched. So relax. Again, let's take our arms up overhead. Inhale. And bringing our hands back down to our heart. And let's go ahead and let our hands fall to our knees with our palms facing up. I do close my eyes a lot, so it is very meditating to close your eyes, but peek open your eyes and listen to my voice. I guide you through everything. Peek open your eyes, close your eyes, just relax. And now on the next inhale, let's take our shoulders up towards our ears and relax. Let it fall. Again, take your shoulders up to your ears and relax. And one more time, inhale. Shoulders up towards our ears and let it fall. Exhale it all out. And why do we do that? Because we hold tension in our shoulders. And now we're going to drop our head forward. Just drop your head. Okay, we're not forcing it there. We just let it fall. And you can feel the stretch in the back of your neck. Let it hang. Relax your face. Bringing your head back to the center. And let your head fall to the rear. And you can let your mouth hang open here. Just let it fall. Bring your head back to the center and let it fall to the front. Bring your head back to the center and let it fall to the rear. Bring your head back to the center and let it fall to the front. Back to the center and to the rear. And back to the center. And now let's take our ear to the shoulder, right or left. Just let your head fall to the side, out to the shoulder. And so we're feeling that nice long stretch along the side of our neck. Might even feel a pop or a crack. Back to the center. And then let your head fall to the side, the other side. Again, feeling that stretch along the side of your neck. Back to the center and to the side. Back to the center and to the side. Back to the center and to the side. And now we'll take this arm and stretch it out to the side. Reach. Then we're going to wrap it around our head. And your hand is going to cup your ear. And you're just going to let the weight of the elbow carry your head over a little deeper. And we're not pulling with our fingers or our hands. It's just the weight of the elbow carries our head over a little deeper. And release, coming back to the center. Take an inhale here. And now let your head fall to the other side. We're going to outstretch this arm. Wrap it around our head, cup your ear. Let the weight of the elbow, okay, carry your head over a little deeper. So everything relaxed right here. Just your head. Even your face is relaxed. And release, coming back to the center. Now this next one, we're going to bow our head forward. We're going to take our fingers and clasp them together. We're going to wrap it around the back of our head. And so you have it on the back of your skull. And your elbows are going to fall by the side of your head. So then it takes your head over a little bit deeper. And we're not forcing our head down there. It's just the weight of our elbows help carry our head over a little bit deeper. Feeling that nice, long, deep stretch in the back, all the way down our spine. And release, coming back to our seated position, palms facing up. And let's take an inhale right here. And an exhale through our nose. Awesome. So now I'm going to go ahead and lay down on the mat. And I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. Okay? So we're gonna take a lie down on the mat. So we have left foot at the left corner of the mat, right foot at the right corner of the mat. Taking a lie down and take your hands all the way back behind your head. Okay, really stretch your hands, reach your hands back there, point your toes, reach our arms, point our toes, and relax. Let it fall. So you see my arms are kind of like at a cactus form here, because when you just relax, you just let it fall. Again, stretch your fingers tall and wide behind your head. Point and flex your toes. Point, flex our feet, point, reach, separating our ribs, and relax. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time, reach behind our head, long and tall. Point and flex our toes. Point, flex, reach, separating ribs, growing long and tall in the spine, and relax. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's go ahead and take our arms out at a T shape. Our arms are out at a T. And let's turn our head and look to the right, over our right shoulder. And now turn our head and look over your left shoulder. Inhaling and exhaling. Awesome. Bringing our head now back to the center. Let's go ahead and bring our knees into our chest. Now this is one of my favorite things to do in yoga. It's such a nice transitory sort of move when you're moving from pose to pose, but it feels so good. So bringing our knees into our chest, let's clasp our fingers around our knees. If we can do that, if you can't, you can keep your hands right here, right here. You don't even have to have your hands around your knees. But I like to put my hands, if you can, around your knees, okay, and gently rock it side to side. Rocking side to side. Feels so good. I call this the self-chiropractic move. You're becoming your own chiropractor, more or less. It's like having your own foam roller going across your lower back. So great. And now right here, we can take our hands and place them on our knees. And we're just going to do some circles with our knees going out. Circling our knees out. And then reverse the circle going in. Feels so good for our hip flexors. Awesome. And now we are going to take our arms again at a T, and we have our knees still into our chest. Okay, we're going to slowly drop our knees. Okay, knees into the chest. We're going to drop both of our knees off to the right. Okay, our arms are at a T. Our shoulders are intact on the mat. Our knees have fallen out to the right. Once you get there in that pose, you can make some adjustments where you can hang out here for a little bit. We're going to be here for about a minute. Inhaling and exhaling. If you wish to take this pose deeper, what you can do is outstretch the top leg over the bottom leg, and you can also turn your head and look in the opposite direction. Again, once you get into that pose, you just want to relax. Make some adjustments. Release, relax. It's comfortably uncomfortable. This is a spinal twist. So great for your back. Breathing through the twist, inhaling and exhaling. Relax your face. Relax your jaw. Relax your neck, your shoulders. Are your teeth clenched? And now on the next inhale, go ahead and bring your knees back into your chest. You can keep your arms still at a T. Rock your knees back and forth. Feels so good. Bring your knees in and tight, and then drop our knees off to the left. So both of our knees are stacked. Okay. Or if you need to make some adjustments, you can shorten it. You can move your legs around. Make some adjustments. Not forgetting to breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Is your face relaxed? Is your jaw relaxed? Are your teeth unclenched? And now on the next inhale, just bend your knees, bringing them back to the center. Let's go ahead and rock our knees side to side again. Maybe give yourself a little hug. Maybe touch your forehead to your knees. Little hug, rock back and forth. So awesome. And now on the next inhale, we're going to take our fingertips and place them behind our knees, and we're going to give ourselves a gentle little rock. We're going to come rock up to a seated position, and if that is not in your practice, you can always roll over to your side using your arms and your hands and come into a seated position. So we're coming into seated, facing the front again. Okay, so here we are. Hope you guys are feeling good. Letting some tension out here. So we're back in our seated position, and so we kind of want to look and notice which foot is where, because we're going to switch them here in a minute. So right here, let's go ahead and take another inhale and an exhale, bringing our hands to our heart. Awesome. And so what we're going to do right here is called the seated child pose. Seated child pose. And so in a seated child pose, we take our hands and we slowly are going to crawl ourselves down to the mat. Now that might look like this for some people. It might even just look like this for some people. Okay? Again, we want to be comfortably uncomfortable. Okay? That's where we grow. Okay? So some can take it all the way down to the mat. Your forehead on the mat. Whichever position your child pose looks like, I'm just going to choose this one for right now. If you are in this one, go ahead and relax your head. Relax your head and your shoulders. Okay? We don't want to feel any tension. Okay? We've simply folded over and we're feeling it. We're feeling it back there in our hamstring. Not forgetting to breathe, inhaling and exhaling. And everything relaxed. On your next inhale, just take it a little bit deeper. And then slowly come on up. Crawl it back up. Slowly, slowly, slowly coming back up. That's awesome. So we see the position of our feet. We're just going to reverse it. So taking one foot out and putting the other one on the inside thigh this time. So we have foot on the inside thigh and the other foot out front. Okay, practicing our good posture. Okay, sitting up nice and tall, taking an inhale and an exhale. Awesome. And so here, again, we're just going to crawl it out to where it's comfortably uncomfortable. And you might even notice that, oh, one of my sides is more flexible than the other. So this is my tight side, actually. So here, I'm only going to go to right here. And what you can also be, if you can, outstretch your arms. You're going to fold in, take your forehead down to the mat. Okay, or here, or here. If we are here, we just want to rest our head and our neck and our shoulders. Relax. Inhaling and exhaling. And just slowly lift your head up. If you're on the mat, go ahead and crawl up to this position right here. Or you can be here. But just relax your head and let's take our head in a yes motion. And turn our head in a no motion. Might hear some popping and cracking. Like, yes. Sure, I will. No. Nope. Not doing it. Awesome. All right. Slowly coming out of our seated child pose. Now we're going to take our feet, swing them around to the side, and we're going to come up in our tabletop. Okay? I'm turning to the side. and you can stay just like you were. I just want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So in our tabletop position, we have our hands are falling directly below our shoulders, and our knees are falling directly below our hips. Okay? And so right here, this is our tabletop, and we're getting ready to do cat and cow. Cat and cow is very beginner. Before we do cat and cow, we're going to fall back to the rear at an angle onto our right heel. And then come back up and then fall back on the left heel at an angle. And you can do these however fast or slow that you would like to do it. Okay? Just preparing our hips, opening our hips, getting ready just for a little movement. Inhaling and exhaling. Awesome. So we're coming back to our neutral tabletop right here. Okay, and so we're going to be doing cat and cow. And so our cow is inhaling this way and then pushing your belly to the earth, arching your back. Okay, shoulders are relaxed, pick up your face. Okay, inhale and exhale to our cat. Dropping our head, taking our spine, rolling our spine up to the ceiling. Inhaling to our cow, pushing our belly to the earth, feeling that whole body stretch right here. Exhaling to the cat. Inhaling to the cow. Exhaling to our cat. Inhaling to our cow. This is so great for your thyroid, okay? Getting our lymphatic system going. Exhaling to our cat. A couple more times. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Such a great massage for our spine. Alrighty, from this cat and cow tabletop, we're going to leave our hips high and we're simply going to fall to the mat. Okay, fall to the mat. And this is called puppy pose. Puppy pose or melting heart. Taking our forehead down to the mat. Keeping our hips high, our arms outstretched. Once we get there, then relax and release. Not forgetting to breathe. On the next inhale, release, coming back to the center, neutral tabletop. So puppy pose is so good for opening your chest, your lungs, your heart, and shoulder mobility, as well as helping massage our spine. Alrighty, so from puppy pose, we are going to take it into down dog. Now you don't have to do down dog, you can stay on the mat if you'd like. Okay, so in down dog, we're simply going to take our toes up on the mat. So your toes are up on the mat, and we are simply going to push our hips up and then fall back on our heels. Oops, I'm going to scoot up a little bit. Okay, So down dog, toes up on the mat, push up our hips, and fall back on our heels. Okay? So in down dog, your head should fall between your elbows. Okay? In down dog, your heels do not have to come down to the mat. Okay? You can have bent knees, slight bend in the knees, completely fine. Okay? So what we're going to do right here is pedal our feet. Pedal our feet. Feeling that nice hamstring stretch. If we haven't done this all day, might be a little tight. Okay, walking our dog. So great. From this down dog, we are with our eyes and our face a little between our hands, and we're just gonna walk it up to the front, okay? And we are falling into a forward fold, okay? Forward fold. So in our forward fold, we've literally folded over at our hips. We have a slight bend in our knee, and we're just hanging there, hanging like a little rag doll. Okay, inhaling and exhaling. Now I want you to clasp your elbows. When you do that, okay, you notice a difference, just a slight little difference. It takes you down a little deeper. Okay, you can release and do it and feel it. Inhaling and exhaling. And release. Your hands do not have to come to the ground. They can come here, here, here. It can be flat or not. So right here, again, we're hanging. Let's go ahead and walk our hands around to the left side of our body with our feet are still facing forward. You feel that in the lower back sciatic region. So awesome. Release, walk it back to the front. And now we're gonna walk it around to the right. So awesome. Okay, coming back to the front. Okay, and now I'm gonna turn to the front. We are going to slowly unfold our body. Slowly unfold, unfold, unfold. Your head should be last, all the way to the top. And right here, we just want to widen our stance just a little bit and take a few shoulder shrugs to the rear. Big ones. Nice shoulder shrugs. Awesome. Take a few shoulder shrugs to the front. Feels so good, right? Take a nice inhale and bring your hands to your heart. Awesome. Beginning to loosen up a little bit. Let's go ahead and take another inhale. Take our arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to reach over and grab a hold of one wrist. Okay, pull that wrist up towards the ceiling. And now we're going to lean out to the side. Exhale. Inhale, release. We're going to fall back to the rear on the exhale. Just a little back bend. Coming back to the center, inhale. Reach for the other wrist. Pull that wrist up, falling out to the side. Exhale. Awesome. Inhaling, coming back to the center. Again, a little back bend to the rear. And exhale to the front. Awesome. Inhale and exhale. Bringing your hands down by the side with our palms facing out. You don't have to lock your knees. Just stand with your eyes closed. Inhaling and exhaling. Great for balance. Feeling, you can wiggle your toes up. Feel the four corners of your feet, heels, toes, balls of our feet. Awesome. Take an inhale up. Bringing our hands to our heart. Inhale up. And swan dive it down to the floor. Awesome. Have a slight bend in the knees, okay? We don't have to have straight knees. Again, we're just hanging limp. We're hanging limp, okay? Slowly clasp your elbows. Takes you over a little deeper. Awesome. Release. And now we're going to walk our hands around to the right. Coming back to the center. And now we're going to walk our hands around to the left. And coming back to the center. So awesome. And then slowly unfold all the way to the top. And we're just going to repeat what we just did. A few shoulder shrugs to the rear. A few to the front. Feels so good, right? And inhale. Reach for your wrist. Pull it up towards the ceiling, leaning out to the side. Exhale. Inhale back to the center. A little back bend. Exhale. Inhale. Reach for the wrist. Pull it up towards the ceiling, leaning out to the side. Exhale. Inhale back to the center. Little back bend. Swan dive it down to the floor. Again, slight bend in the knees. Hanging limp. Just like a rag doll. Clasp your elbows. Inhaling and exhaling. Release your elbows. Walk it around to the right. Feels so good. Sciatic, lower back. Coming back to the center. Walk it around to the other side. Coming back to the center. So awesome. Hanging limp. Let's go ahead and unfold all the way to the top. Our head is last. Shoulder shrugs to the rear. Shoulder shrugs to the front. Big ones. Awesome. Inhaling up. And one more time. Reaching for that wrist, pulling it up, leaning out to the side. Exhaling, coming back to the center. Little back bend. Coming back to the center. Reaching over for the other side. Pulling it up towards the ceiling, leaning out to the side. Coming back to the center. Inhale. Exhale. Little back bend. Awesome. And swan diving it down to the floor. Alrighty. So awesome. Forward fold there. Alrighty, I'm going to turn sideways. From this forward fold, we are going to step back into a plank. Okay, your plank, you can be on your knees if you want. Okay, just a little plank. Take our knees to the floor, coming down to low push-up. Low push-up. So in our low push-up, we have our thumbs into our chest. Okay, and we're going to do 3 little baby cobras, or a few. Just do a few. Okay, baby cobra, you can wiggle your hips if you need to. You don't have to straighten your arms all the way. That's a baby cobra. If you want to come into cobra, you can. Cobra is all the way straight. Or possibly you want to do seal. This is seal. If you're in seal, make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Okay, so great for our back. Little baby cobras. Awesome. All right, so here we're going to go ahead and come into another tabletop. Tabletop, just as a little transitory tabletop. Okay, and I'm going to turn this way. In this tabletop, we're going to take our big toes together in the back there. Big toes together. Our knees are now wide. Okay, we are going to fall into a wide leg child pose. Big toes are together, knees are out. We simply fall back on our heels and we outstretch our hands. Lengthen that spine, opening our hip flexors. Relax your forehead on the mat. I'm going to turn up the music a little bit. We're going to hang here. Hold this pose for a little bit. Don't forget to breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Alrighty, on your next inhale, just slowly help yourself out of that tabletop. And that child pose. Now we're back into tabletop, just for a brief second. And we're going to take our toes up on the mat and come into another down dog. And in this down dog, I'd like you to take your feet out to the sides of your mat, so it's a wide down dog. And we're going to just march our feet up to the front for our Buddha squat. Now, if that is not accessible to you, you can sit on a book or a blanket or a towel rolled up. That is Buddha squat. And this is Buddha squat. So we're just going to hang here for a few breaths, opening up our hip flexors, okay? Long spine. Relax your face. Relax your head. Awesome. Alrighty, from this Buddha squat, we're already in seated, so you can release your Buddha squat, Our feet are still at the sides of our mat. Place your hands behind you and just take a little back bend. You can drop your head behind. Just a little opposing stretch there. So while we're here, we're just going to windshield wiper our knees from side to side. Windshield wiper our knees from side to side. Feels so good. And from here, we're just going to let our knees fall to one side. So this is the way your legs should look. One is at the top of the mat. The other one is going parallel to the end of the mat. So we're sitting, and this is what we call deer pose. Okay? So it's kind of like right angle, okay? So facing, maybe I should face that way, like that, okay? We're gonna go up and cross it over. And so we already feel a little twist coming, okay? So you can help yourself get into a little bit further of a twist. And we're going to simply fall onto our mat. So we can go all the way down to the mat, or we can be on our forearms, okay? If you're all the way down, you can rest. If you're on your forearms, make sure your head and your shoulders are relaxed. Make some adjustments. Not holding any tension anywhere. And on the next inhale, let's go ahead and help ourselves back up. Facing the front, again, we have our feet on the sides of the mat. Maybe you want to do another little back bend. Okay. Windshield wiper your knees side to side again. Knees side to side. And now we're going to drop them the other way. Okay. So now we have right angle, right angle. Okay. I'll turn this one. Okay. So taking a nice inhale up. We're going to turn, twist. You can help yourself into that twist. Okay. And then we're going to fall to the mat or the floor. You can be on your forearms, or you can be all the way down on the mat. If you have a bolster, you can use a bolster or a blanket. It's very nice and relaxing while you're in this pose. Not forgetting to breathe, inhaling and exhaling. On your next inhale, let's go ahead and come back to center. Okay. We are going to come again down to our mat. Okay. Let's take it down all the way to our mat. Let's bring our knees into our chest. Maybe give a little rock, a little hug. And what we're going to do right here is called the reclined pigeon. Reclined pigeon. So in reclined pigeon, we're going to take our legs up towards the ceiling. We're going to take this right foot and cross it over our left knee. We're going to take our hands and thread them through, clasping our fingers behind that knee and dropping our foot. So it actually looks like the number 4 upside down. Okay. Reclined pigeon. So great for our hamstrings, hip flexors, and we don't have to pull on it. It can be relaxed. Your hand is naturally held there by a natural little bind. A few breaths right here, inhaling and exhaling. Relax your face. Relax your jaw. Just hanging out. Hanging out comfortably, uncomfortable. And release it. Bring our knees into our chest. Maybe rock it a little bit side to side. And now we'll take both of our feet back up towards the ceiling and we'll cross our left foot over our right knee, looking like the number 4. We're taking our hand, threading it through the other hand around our knee, clasp our fingers behind your knee, and drop your foot. So here we are. We don't have to force it. We're not pulling, tugging. Just stays there in a nice little bind. Inhaling and exhaling. And release. Again, bringing our knees into our chest, maybe rock it out a little bit. Let's bring our hands together, clasp our hands together, and hold our right knee into our chest. And let's take our left foot and leg down to the mat, bringing our knee into our chest, and maybe a little bit over towards our right armpit. Nice sort of runner stretch, great for the psoas here on your left leg. Okay, opening our hip flexor. Body's like a rubber band right here, stretching. And release it, bringing both knees in. Let's take now the right foot and leg down to the mat, keeping the left knee into the chest. Let's bring our knee a little bit more over towards our left armpit and feeling that in that right front psoas. Nice stretch there. Bringing our left foot and leg down to the mat. We're going to take our left foot to the left corner and the right foot to the right corner. Taking our hands tall behind our head. Maybe wiggle your hips, get into a nice position. Reach and point, stretch, and relax. Reach and point your toes. Flex those fingers and relax. Reach our hands, point our toes, and relax. Inhaling and exhaling. Getting that great oxygen going to the brain. Bringing our arms down by our side with our palms facing up. If you have any last movements that you want to make before we take our final resting pose. Our final resting pose is called Shavasana, which is what we call the corpse pose, literally. Laying here, relaxed, stretched, and balanced. I'll take you through a little progressive muscle relaxation before we end the class. So with your eyes closed, inhaling and exhaling, your arms are down by your side with your palms facing up. Relaxing deeper with each exhale. Point our toes and flex our feet. Point our toes and flex our feet. Point our toes and flex our feet and relax. And now we'll tense our knees and relax. Tense our knees and relax. Tense our knees and relax. And now hold tension in your booty and relax. Tense up your booty and relax. Tense your booty and relax. Inhaling and exhaling. Flex out your fingers wide and relax. Flex out your fingers wide and relax. Flex out your fingers wide and relax. And make a tight fist and relax. Make a tight fist and relax. Make a tight fist and relax. Inhaling and exhaling. Moving up to our face. We're gonna open our mouth wide like a big smile and relax. Open your mouth wide and relax. Open your mouth wide and relax. And now purse your lips together tight and relax. Purse your lips together tight and relax. Purse your lips together tight and relax. Inhaling and exhaling. Now scrunch up your nose tight and relax. Scrunch up your nose tight and relax. Scrunch up your nose tight and relax. Close your eyes tight and relax. Close your eyes tight and relax. Close your eyes tight and relax. Raise your eyebrows tall and relax. Raise your eyebrows tall and relax. Raise your eyebrows tall and relax. exhaling. Place one hand on your belly and your right hand on your belly, your left hand on your heart. Inhaling and exhaling. Your face is relaxed. Your jaw is relaxed. Your teeth are unclenched. Even your tongue can fall off the roof of your mouth. No angry eyes. And now on your next inhale, bringing some awareness back to your fingertips and your toes. Maybe windshield wiper your feet back and forth. Maybe do some wrist circles with your wrist. Let's go ahead and bring our feet up to the mat, bending our knees. Maybe windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Bringing our knees into our chest, rolling over to our side. Maybe it's your favorite side, maybe it's your other side. Support your head with your elbow, rest your arm. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking a minute here to thank yourself for showing up this evening. Giving yourselves a little love and gratitude for this time, this space. And on your next inhale, using your arms, using your elbow, using your hands to come to a seated position facing the front. And keep our eyes closed. Take a nice inhale, taking your arms up towards the ceiling, bringing our hands down to our heart. Let's take our arms out to a big star. Bringing our arms in, stack your elbows. Give yourselves a big hug. Taking our arms out again. Reversing our elbows. Giving ourselves a big hug. One more inhale up. And bringing our hands down to our heart. Thank you for allowing me to share my yoga space with your yoga space. I hope everyone leaves feeling lighter than when they arrived. Namaste. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Thank you so much for having me. Not really sure what happens at the end. Put on my glasses.